My name is Albakr Department and I'll be taking while speaking test. What's your full name?
My first name is Samuel and my family name is Hawk. Please call me by my first name, Samuel.
Okay. And what do you do? Are you a student or are you doing job?
I'm a student. I'm a student of MC College Honors Department.
Okay, can I see your identification, please?
Here it is that I use for registration.
Thank you. Back. All right, in this I'll speaking part one. Now I would like to ask you some questions about furniture. Do you have a lot of furniture in your home?
Yeah, there's a lot of furniture in my home. Around my every room, we have sufficient furniture.
Okay. What's your most favorite furniture?
My most favorite furniture is my study table, which is in my room, and because I spend my most of time when I stay in home, I spend my time on this table. That's why it's my favorite one.
Okay. Has anyone bought a piece of furniture for you?
Yes, couple of months ago, I just broke my bed. At that moment, my mom just bought a new bed for me.
Okay. So do you have a plan to buy new furnitures in your home?
Currently, I have not any plan to buy any new furniture, but after 1 or 2 years, then I will buy new some sofa sets.
What are the advantages of having a lot of furnitures at home?
There are a lot of advantages there. If we have sufficient number of furnitures in our home, we can take our things separately. Also, it's really improve our the beauty of home.
All right. So now I would like to ask you some questions from discussion. What do you like to talk about most?
I love to talk about sports because I'm a sports freak person. Although I love it to talk about in sports.
Okay. Do you prefer to talk more or listen more?
I will prefer to listen more because I think that if we listen more, then we can generate more idea.
Right. Okay. Have your discussion topics changed since you were a child?
Yeah, it's really changed because I still remember when I was child. At that moment, used to talk about different type of cartoon, but nowadays I have not interest on this topic.
Right. Do you change your opinion frequently?
Not so much. Sometimes I just change my opinion whenever I just feel in trouble at that moment.
Okay. With whom do you make your most conversation?
With my friends because I really love my friends and they are always support me. So whenever I do anything, I always try to discuss with them.
All right, now I would like to ask you some more questions from the advertisement. What kinds of advertisement do you like watching?
Well, I don't love to watching advertisement, but it's really depend because if it any study related advertisement, then at the time I just watch it.
Okay. What are the various places where you can see advertisements?
Well, we can see advertisement in our TV programs. Also, if I talk about YouTube, we have to watch it there. Also, we can so many different type of advertisement in roadside, like posters.
Have you ever bought any product by watching any advertisement?
So far, I remember last time I bought a shoe which I saw on TV program, and it's an advertisement. It's a Lotto brand, and from that I just go to the shop and buy this shoe.
Do you think the government should make some laws against advertisements or there should be any restriction?
Yeah, I think it is advertisement should not be so too much allowed, and it should be more informative. That's I think it's really important for them.
And do you believe that nowadays advertisements are successful to persuade people to buy more products?
I think so because nowadays the brand who have many different type of advertisement, they can achieve a huge number of sale.
All right, that is the end of our speaking part one. Okay, now we can start speaking. But remember one thing: try to speak at least 2 minutes, and you shouldn't stop until I stop you. Carry on.
Thank you, sir, for providing me this topic. Well, in my entire life, I listen lots of type of stories from many different website, books. Also, and I still remember when I was child. At that moment, I used to listen stories from my grandmother and grandfathers. So I'll talk about the that time when I was a child. At that moment, one night I slept too near to my grandmother, and she told me a story, and I still remember that story. It's a story about a shepherd boy, and I still remember the story because she's one of my favorite person when I was child. But unfortunately, she just passed away a couple of years ago. But still I remember her every single sentence, single word, because the story is all about. It's really interesting story because there was a liar boy who used to speak lie. So suddenly one day he just fell in a danger for his lie, for talking lie, and also he used to make people laugh by talking fake news on those type of thing. But one day suddenly he just fell in a very trouble, and he lost his life for this making this type of fun. And this story really hit me because when I was child, I was not have that idea to talking what is true and what is false. Also, I don't have about any idea with that. And after listening the story from her, and I really realized that we should always speak true, because lie by speaking in lie, it's our really harm. Also, it's really, I think, and also when I heard the story, I feel over the moon, because whenever I listen any story or read any story, at that moment it gives me a
All
great
right.
joy.
Thank you. Thank you. That is the end of our speaking part two. So I'm taking the papers and the pencil back. Okay. All right. We have completed our speaking part one and part two. This is our speaking part three. Now I would like to ask you some general questions based on the cue card I have given you. Has storytelling changed over a period of time?
Yeah, it's really changed because at first people used to hear a story from the older person, but recently children can read, also learn a story from different type of other websites such as YouTube, also from the book.
All right. So, which way is better? Traditional storytelling or the use of technology in storytelling?
I think both have some advantages, because at first there was not technology is not so available for that people used to hear a story from older that I mentioned earlier, and currently we can notice that the technology are really advantage. For that, I think it's really easy way to listen or listen a story from YouTube and different type of website.
All right. Do you think that generally most of the people are good at storytelling?
I don't think so, because it's really like it's a art. But someone I have still remember a person. He's one of my close friend, and he used to tell a story like after whenever I just hear any story from his mouth, it's feel me really reality feel. For that, I think that don't everyone have the ability to talking a story.
What makes storytelling effective?
Well, it's really affected in different way of if it's a traditional story really can achieve us to know about the tradition in the past. Also, different type funny story, different type of story here give us different type of enjoy, and we can learn many things from that.
Is reading books beneficial or watching documentaries better?
Both are better, but reading books are best, because I think we can read a different type of thing like sports, politics, then tradition, everything from books. So I think whenever I just read a book, also I am fond of reading books, so it's really gives me joy, and I can learn many things from it.
Okay, and do you believe that in the upcoming days people will be telling stories to their younger ones?
I don't think so, because nowadays people are really changing rapidly. So everyone are now busy with their work, study. And for that, at first people are, especially older people are free. For that, they used to tell story to their grandsons. But nowadays, the children are also used to watching different type of YouTube shows. For that, I don't think so. It's going to be that way.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.